we're going to make a new event here that's got this icon, animated arrow. We're going to give it a custom movement route, and it's going to face left, face down, face right. Walking animation on, stepping animation on. And then we're going to have it down, left, wait 5 frames, right, wait 5 frames, up. And it should just repeat that. We don't need to have these, we'll just turn them on from the default. Turn down, wait, turn left, wait, turn right, wait, turn up, and then wait, because it's going to repeat. Normal, higher, walking, stepping, this is selector, well, apparently it dropped the stream. I didn't even see where it dropped the stream. So this is going to be in 2 parts. Welcome back, everybody, to this live stream. I didn't even notice it dropped the stream. I don't know if that was a YouTube thing or if it was my ISP. More than likely it was my ISP. It seems to be going fine right now. I don't know what the deal is. We're going to work with what we got. Welcome back. We're working on a new title screen and creating a custom selector and a custom piece of art. So I had 26 people and now there's 16. So apparently when the stream DC'd, it just kicks half your users because they don't want to click refresh, and I don't blame them. It's annoying and I apologize, but it's out of my control. So there's no use getting upset over something that I have no control over. So welcome back. Let's just continue on with what we've got. So we can have the player start as transparent again, because now we're going to be using something else, right? We can turn the actor What was the bug and how do you fix it? It's called your ISP pulling a Gandalf on the Balrog. You shall not pass, and you fix it by just continuing to try to stream. So the player is transparent and it's unable for the player to move around, but what we're going to do on our controller is, instead of having this toggle like this, we'll make this a parallel process. And we'll check to see if the player presses a key. We'll make a conditional branch and see if the player is pressing down Otherwise, conditional branch, if the player is pressing up, else nothing. So this doesn't need, that doesn't need an else handler. So if the player is pressing down, we're going to use a variable to control where the player is at. So we're going to control a variable. We already made it, called start menu toggler, and we're going to set it to 1. We're going to use it as an array that controls where the cursor is shown. So this will add 1 to a variable. If we press down, we're going to have to set it to, we set it to 1. If the character presses up, we're going to use 0, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to control the same variable and set it to number 3. If the variable is 1, we'll have this going on as a parallel process. Copy page, paste it. If this one is 2, copy, paste it. If this one is 3. So we're going to copy this event, and if this is 1 and the player presses down, this may not work the way I want, but we're going to try it anyway. Then we're going to set it to 2. I'm feeling it's going to go like and fly through the menu so fast. That's fine. If the player presses up at this point, we set it to 0. We copy this, paste it here, set it to 3. Hold on, wait, what? 3. If the player presses down, it's going to go to 1. And if it's on 1, if the player presses down, it's going to go to 2. It's going to go to 3. Because it's going to start on 0. If the player presses down, it goes to 3. If the player presses up, this goes to 1 because it's on 2. Right here, if it's on 3, if the player presses up, it's going to go to 2. And if they press down, it's going to go to 0. Now, what does this variable let us do? It lets us control what happens with this. So we're going to make a new page that says if this variable is greater than or equal to 1, then make it invisible. But we need to copy it actually. So let's delete this page. We're going to copy this page and paste it. No, we don't need to do that because we're going to have it invisible. So we're just going to create a new page that has nothing and a variable of if it's 1, remove it, or like remove the image. And we're going to copy this movement route and everything. Selector 1. And we copy this and paste it here. Actually, we go like this. And on this one, the variable 1 will be here. And then if it's 2, it goes like this. And we copy this and we paste this here. And then If it's 2, it's here, and if it's 3, it's like that. Wait, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. And then this last one, if it's 3, and if it's greater than equal to 0. See, this is where it could break, because we'll have to do another switch for 0. We'll just do this because of the limited condition selection here. We'll go like this, and we'll say start menu fix switch. If start menu fix switch is on, then we'll do that as well. And at the beginning, let's see. When does start menu fix become turned on? Giggity. If maybe we set that as a condition for all of them. Anyway, let's see what happens without that switch. I think it's going to show an arrow on the top and the bottom at some point. Also, I think my up-downs are going to fly through the menu so fast that it'll be unusable. Look at that. If I press... Yeah. What I have to do... How's it going, Brian Jenkins? We're working on a custom menu title screen selector thing. And the current method isn't working, but I have an idea to do it better. We're going to use isTriggered instead of just isPressed. So it's just flying through the menu, and it's not even drawing the fourth one. And one constantly stays there. Oh, because this one's not set up right. And start menu toggler is greater than 0 at all times. So this doesn't quite work. We'll have to do start menu fix on. And at this point, we would inside this event, if we're on page 3 and we press down, then we're setting it to 0, but we're also going to turn on a switch. Start menu fix. But no, not here. When we're setting it to 3, we're going to turn on start menu fix. But then if we're setting it back to 0, we're going to turn off start menu switch. Let's see how that works. So this works, but it cycles through the menu so fast because it's checking every frame, right? So if I'm holding it, it's just going to spaz out. This is because we're using is pressed. Why the game chose to do is pressed instead of is triggered, or give the option for is triggered, makes no sense to me. But we'll just do a script call and use is triggered. Let me look at the actual syntax. It's a very simple line. I'm looking at this, by the way. Input, here we go. Input dot is triggered, and then we would just put in up or down. Capital I on input, camel case, and then parentheses and single quotes. Okay, let's use that. Script for down, we're going to do input dot is triggered down. And I think we have to do it like this. We don't need an inline though. So let's copy this, edit this. For up, we're going to paste this and say up. It's not a big deal, it's just going to take some work. It'd be better if I would have just done this from the start. Let's try now. Hey, it kind of works. Okay, so when I press down to show the exit, it doesn't. And the movement route isn't quite right. So the arrow movement route isn't right, and we're also not showing the last arrow. So let's fix the last arrow first. When we're here, we're going to turn start menu toggler to 3 and turn a switch on at this point. So this event isn't showing. Oh, we should probably have it do this. This is a pointless variable toggle. If this is greater than or equal to 0, unless it's negative, which is never going, so we don't even need that. If the start menu fix is on, and this variable is greater than or equal to 3, we're going to do this. We may need to switch these pages around, because this is less of a condition. Because when the switch is on, it will meet this condition and completely ignore this. So let's copy this page, paste it on top of it. Now this is going to be ignored because this will be met before this is met. But I think this will work, so let's try this. Down, down, down. Hey, look, we made our custom menu, guys. How sweet is that? Oh, wait. We have to do one more thing. When we press up, it doesn't show it. So when we press up, we have to toggle the switch as well. Okay, if we're on the first one and we press up, we need to toggle the switch. Start menu, copy, turn on. But then it needs to be turned off at some point as well. So if we're at the bottom, or we're at the top, we press up, it changes the variable and turns on the switch. But when we're on that page and we press down or we press up, we have to turn off the switch again. Okay, let's try it again. Make sure it works both ways. So we have our custom scene with the animated arrow that we need to look at the pattern though. We press down and I'm holding it so it won't spam through because we're using is triggered instead of is pressed. Down, 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 down. And it cycles through the 4 things. And if we press up, it works perfect. Very cool. I like it. Let's draw the images using doodads, and we can color them and everything with doodads. So cool, man. And then we'll make in or do things depending on what variable number is set to. So the first thing we're going to do is new game dark. And then we're going to do new game highlight right on top of it. With a little shadow effect. I'm going to full screen to give me better control. Like that. Cool. Then we're going to do load game, dark. And then we're going to do load game highlight. I feel like those need to go up a little bit. We can always move them around. We'll do options. Options highlight. And credits. Load game needs to be moved up a little bit. So let's go ahead and edit the doodads. Let's do load game, dark, and position, anchor, change position, precision move, up, whoa, what is happening? Oh, okay, hold on. Change position. It's got it right here, okay. So let's make it go like this. Like that. Wait, what? How come it doesn't like accept my changes when I press enter? That'd be preferable. Anyway, we'll do it by hand. Like that. And I'll accept that. Let's go to load game highlight, change position, I like that a little bit better, yeah. Credits looks a little jank to me too now that I look at it again. Let's go to credits, dark, and move it, change position, just a little bit up and to the left. And let's go to accept and credits highlight, change position. That looks a little better. Accept settings, we need to save, return very carefully, finish edit, save and close. I don't know how many times I've gone through the process of getting everything lined up right and then hitting escape and just canceling all my changes. Will I do an intro? Yeah. Just catching up on chat real quick. I was looking at this one voice actor. It was a stupid BuzzFeed video. I don't really like BuzzFeed, but whatever. They had a good video where they had got this voice actor to talk about how he does his voices, and he had a very interesting thing. He's got a very low baritone voice, and everything he says kind of sounds really low like this, in his natural voice. But so that gives you the ability to play lower voiced characters. But he has a very good range, so you could play high squeaky voice characters too. And he was saying that being able to make a lot of sounds with your mouth isn't even as important as being able to act and actually take the role of the character that you're portraying. And I thought that made a lot of sense. Another trick that he was talking about is use your body. So if you're going to talk like a big character, you might want to beef up your body when you talk. So you act and you have more natural tone because your body's telling you to talk that way, whatever. Or if you're playing a nervous character, you might need to go like this and be a little bit more nervous because you're kind of crunched over. And he had a lot of good feedback in a quick little 5-minute video. The reason I'm bringing this up is because yesterday at the end of the video we were talking about doing some VO, some voiceover work. So I do want to have you guys in the game if you want to be. So if you want to be in the game, just give me a message on Discord. So when I start scripting the things I need voiced, I can just send you some lines, right? And then you can send me the audio back if you want to be in the game. And obviously be pro bono. If you I don't have the money to throw around. I would love to support independent creators, but I don't have the money to throw around. So if you guys are interested, just shoot me a message on Discord. So when it comes time to get some VO, I can send you guys the scripts, or at least a few lines, right? And then you can read those lines, record them, process them, and send them to me. Try not to put any effects. I don't want any reverb, especially. Don't put any chorus, because I can do all that myself. And I want to normalize all the voices so that it doesn't sound like one guy's in an echo chamber and one guy's in like a different sounding reverb room, and they're like right next to each other talking. It'd be very off-putting, and all the audio needs to be like mastered in a way that it's like it all sounds very similar. Not the voices, but the audio processing, right? Like the compression and the EQ, it all needs to be very cohesive. So try not to use any effects. Just try to get a clean recording. Obviously, you can normalize the audio if you want, or if you need to add more treble or bass, you can do that as well. Yeah. So those of you who are aspiring voice actors, just send me a message on Discord. Just say, hey Drift, I heard you were looking for VOs, I heard you were looking for VAs, or you're, whatever. Say whatever you want to say. Just let me know that you're interested. And within the next, I don't know, month or so, I'll be sending out some things for people to record so that I can throw that in the game. Obviously, I'm going to be doing the majority of it myself, just making up voices myself. But I would love to have you guys in the project too. We've got a cool looking menu, guys. Look at this. New game, load game, options, credits. It's no longer the default menu. And it all works with the mouse, or it all works with the keyboard. So we need to get it to work with the mouse as well. So I know how to do this. We can do one more thing. We can have it so that it doesn't show the white highlight except for where the mouse is, except for where we're selected. We need to change the mouse, what do you call it? Not mouse. The arrow pattern a little bit, because it doesn't actually go up and down smooth. It's just like janky kind of. So that's going to have to be polished up a little bit. Let's take a look at that real quick. The movement route, that is. So let's maybe change the weight to 10 frames between. I don't think this will fix it. What I need to do is have turn down, turn left, turn right, turn up, turn right, turn left, and then have it repeat again. So let's do that. Copy this, paste this, copy this, paste this, and then from turn left it'll go down and then back to left, right, up, right, left. So it alternates through them like that, nice and smooth. But it's actually not animating backwards, is it? I think I need to do 6 frames of animation for going down and 6 frames of animation for going up. I could spend a lot of time working on this. I'm going to settle on something, but I'm going to mess around a little bit with it so that it doesn't look so janky. So this is just for selector 1, so we have to be on the top one to notice the difference, but let's take a look. Be sure to add context when sending the scripts. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you the character's motivation without spoiling too much of the story. So you need to know where the player's at in their head, because it's about acting, not just the way your voice sounds. So I'll give you the player's motivation, and I'll tell you what he needs to say, and who he's talking to, and possibly the other person's motives. So you know that this character is trying to get this thing, is trying to do whatever thing, but it can't let the person he's talking to know the thing that he's trying to do. But there's also conflicted emotion, because this character, like, it seems like the character is doing things to hurt the person he's talking to, and if you just read the script, you would think that, but if you know the motives behind, you'll see that this character is doing these things that seemingly hurts the person, but is actually doing it to help the person. So there's conflicted emotions with the player wanting to, or the character wanting to do the thing that is helping the person, but can't do that exactly. They have to secretly help the person that they're talking to by hurting them in this short period. Helping in the long run by being the bad guy in the short run, if that makes sense, right? So I'll give you some sort of detail when the time is appropriate. So it still looks a little jank, right? Say, here's the first pattern, which is very jank, but then here's the pattern we changed. It looks a little bit better. But it's just still not quite right. You know what we should do? Let's remove the weight and just see what happens. No waiting. No waiting. No waiting, bro. No waiting. No waiting. Another thing we can try is to change the speed and frequency. For example, let me in. Depending on the context, this line can be a gentle request or an intimidation threat. Exactly. So if it starts with little pig, then you know it's an intimidating threat. But if it starts with a scene inside like a shrink's office, you know it's a gentle request. Let's change the frequency and the speed of it to get, let's see as fast as it can go. And how does it look? Oh no. Oh no. Absolutely not. Let's let's go to faster and higher. Let me in your dreams, batch. Let me in has a lewd content. It can, so there's 3 scenarios that it can be. It still looks a little jank. I kind of like the weights in between because it doesn't jump. And I have a feeling that the animation, it's the way it is because of the way we did the animation in A-Sprite. I went like this, 12 frames, hold on, right here. I went 12 frames down and then up, right? Like just one animation. And MV doesn't animate 12 frames. So I'm trying to have the things flip around to get 12 frames of animation. There's an algorithm that would do that for me. I just don't know the pattern. Maybe I should make a new animation. I have an idea. Okay, let's try this. We've already saved it as a sprite sheet. So why don't I just I delete all of these frames. Let me just delete them all. I'm going to start with this one. And it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Animating. So we're going to keep this middle one as the center animation. Let me copy, or just, yeah. Create a new one. So this is going to be 2, and then this will be 3. And for the first one, I'll have it on the up side, going like this, middle, and then at the bottom, I'll have this one go into the bottom. And now I've got this. Oh no, what did I do there? Hold on. Up, middle, down. Up, middle, down. What? It skipped one there. Up. No. Up, middle, down. Up, middle. That should be down. What are you doing here, bro? Up. Oh my gosh, come on. Why doesn't it copy paste right? That's the one thing I don't like about A-Sprite. It doesn't copy paste the frames the way that it intuitively should. Up. Middle. Down. And this should be up. Middle. Down. Okay, great. Let's export this as a sprite sheet by rows, 3 columns, 144 by 48. We're going to call this animated arrow 2. This is our second take at it. Export that. And now inside here, oh no, we have to do one more thing. We need to take the A-Sprite folder and take animated arrow 2, copy this, put that inside of, nope, not that one, characters, and change all of these to animated arrow 2. we will need to close the event, save the project, reopen the event for the image to appear. Oh, we have to do one more thing. Inside the characters, we need to select it, press F2, go to the beginning, $, or exclamation point $, so it fits the naming convention. It's recognized as a single sprite sheet, not a set of 8 sprite sheets. Not a big deal. Hit OK, hit OK. Save the project, reopen this, and now it should be there. Here it is. Okay, now it's there. So with this same pattern, I'm just going to look at how it is, and then we'll start over on it basically. That's much better. You see how it goes? Yeah. Beautiful, right? These are still the old one. Look at the old one, how jank it is. And then this one. I like it. So what we'll do is, hold on. Let me just see what this pattern, because it's a different pattern on the others than the second one. So I'm gonna change the image and look at the second pattern just to see which one I like better, and then propagate that. The first one's a little cleaner, it is. So we'll go ahead and use that just a little bit. So we'll go in here inside the route, and I'll just copy this, and then go in here and replace what's in here with the first, dang it. Delete and paste for all of them. Route, delete and paste. Route, delete and paste. And this one has another one, right over here. Because this one is a special one. This one's got specials. I feel the animation should be horizontal rather than vertical. Royal, you're right. Why do I do the things that have been done that must be redone? Dent. You are right. Because it's an up and down menu, so it makes sense that it goes like that. Absolutely. And that last one didn't actually get copyright, did it? Oh, it did. I just didn't change the pattern on this one like I should have. Okay. Take 3. Alright, let's delete all of these frames. No. Yes, yes, yes. What? Gosh, A-Sprite, why are you so weird and complicated, bro? Okay, so we have our arrow. What I'm going to do, select the whole image. And then I'm going to use, this tool to resize it. Like this. And then I'm also going to draw, oh, no, 1 pixel please, thank you. 1 little dot right there. And I'm going to erase that dot. And that dot. And fix it since I kind of messed it up. Wait, I need to undo all of this because I messed it up too much. Here we go. Select the whole image and just go like this. What? Yeah. deselect, select symmetry. Oh no, it's not symmetrical now. I'd have to manually do this. That's fine. That's fine. Touch up the image a little bit. That works. Okay. A sprite didn't just copy it. It's just an arrow. Pretty sure people would not stare at a game. You're right, Ahmed, you're right. It's not that big a deal. But we still want to make the best of the quality as possible. And we might have to remake this a few times. It's fine. We'll have 3 frames. All we actually need is 3. So we've got this. But what we want to do is get all 3 of these. What is happening? What did I even do? Okay, just select these 3. Shift work, copy, and then paste. Why does it do this, man? It's so weird. Like I say delete this frame and it like deletes the one next to it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's like you have to copy paste frames individually. Copy and then paste. And look, it copied the last one. Undo. Copy. Paste. You see how it copied the last one? It's so weird. A-Sprite is so freaking jank sometimes. I love it. It's a great program. It's my favorite for editing sprites. But the copy pasting of frames is a nightmare. It does not work correctly. If I select all 3 and copy, I should just create a new frame and then paste on top of that. Is it not paste now because I have a new frame on it? Copy and then go to 4 and paste. Is it going to work that way? We got left, middle. What? Why? Okay. We've got our animation, right? Boom, boom. Did I mess it up again? You got to be kidding me, bro. Okay, 3 frames. All I want to do is replicate this. That's it. Just copy this 3 times. Copy that, right? You think that would be easy. Control, maybe. Control, paste. So we got left, middle, left again? What? What about if I drag and move? That doesn't do it. No. Undo, 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 undo. Oh, redo. I'm getting frustrated is why it's getting more complicated. A-Sprite, bro. Copy, paste. It's not hard. Let's try this 1 frame at a time. I'll copy the first frame and I paste it. But it puts it in front of it instead of at the end of it. Why? Why can't I take this first frame and make that frame 4? I have to go new. Let's go new. Nope, nope. Alt N. And it just puts it right next to it. That's not what I want. Let's make a new empty frame. Nope, not there. New empty frame. And I copy this, and then I select frame 4 and paste it. I have to have an empty frame at the end. Okay, I'm alright with that. Let's copy all of this. Hold up, maybe the order matters too. Copy all of this, and then we select the empty frame at the end and paste it. And it's going to paste it before the frame that you're on. So it should go left, middle, right, left, middle, right, left, middle, right, left, middle, right. I figured out the pattern. The trick is to create an empty frame at the end of it, take your selection, copy the selection, and then select the empty frame after it, and then paste it. It's still going to put it before that empty frame, but if you put it like right here and paste at the end, it's going to paste everything in between the 11 and the 12 and put the 12 on the last frame. It's very weird. But if you do it this way, it works. You make an empty frame, copy your selection, so then left click the empty frame and paste it, and it'll push it to where it pastes it after your image, and then the empty frame is at the end again. Then when you're finished, all you have to do is delete the empty frame. Okay, I figured it out. It's frustrating, but once we figure it out, it shouldn't give us any problems in the future, unless we forget, which I probably will. At this point, we have 12 images. It's the same thing no matter what direction they're facing. It's just gonna made it this way so that it's a sprite sheet. No matter which way they're facing, it'll animate the same. Is that what I want though? Because when they face down, I'll just animate it. I won't even need a movement route, will I? Just have it animated. Easy. It's easy. Export sprite sheet by rows in 3 columns, 144 by 48. Okay. Third time is the charm. Third time is the charm. Animated arrow 3.png. Export that. And let's go to our A-Sprite folder. Take this one, copy it, put it into our games IMG characters folder. And we'll hit F2, up, home, exclamation point, $, enter. And then go to our project. Inside our event, select the third one for all of them. And this one has another page of the same thing, okay. Let's take a look at that now. I feel like we can move it over one. Since we're drawing these underneath the player, let's move these over one. Like that. New game, load game, options, credits. Hey, that's pretty cool. It could be a little bit faster now, huh? Let's go with faster and highest. This one's just faster and higher, and this one is normal but on highest. And let's compare which one is the smoothest, best, and then pick that one and propagate. The first one. Okay, so what was the first one? Speed 6, frequency 5. So faster, highest. faster, highest, faster, highest, faster, highest. And if you hold it, it doesn't go crazy, which is great. If you press up, it goes to the bottom. If it's at the bottom, you press down, it goes to the top. It's got all those things set up because we're using a variable to move it. It's fantastic. I like it. Okay, now what I want to do is make it so that these are grayed out until you move to them, and then they become lit up. They're highlighted when we're only when we're selecting it, so it looks more interactable. So by default, new game is going to be on. We'll have to edit the doodads, won't we? But we'll need switches because doodads don't work with variables yet. Do they? Do they? Do they? Do they? Party, switch, no variable setup. Okay. Not a big deal, not a big deal. At the start, when the variable is set to 0, I suppose we can... We can use start menu fix for the last one. Will I need an auto run to happen before to turn on a switch? I could just use a switch for each highlight. I mean, that seems like a lot of switches for a simple thing. But if you wanted a specific way, sometimes you just gotta go with the method you know that works. Let's do that. So we're going to create a new page. Actually, we're going to delete this blank page. We're going to... we need to migrate everything so that it auto runs and then does this. I could just, you know what, to make it simple. It would be cleaner if I just made an auto run at the beginning that toggled the switch. But I'm going to do this a specific way. This is going to be called new game highlight. It's just going to auto run once. Oh wait, I have another idea. If this is... No, this is just going to be there. It's not actually going to do anything. It's just going to be graphical. Alright, okay. So this is going to auto run, and then it's going to have an erase event at the bottom. But in front of that, we're going to have control switch. New game highlight, and it's simple. If it's on, it's on. If it's off, it's off. Just gonna turn it on from the start, and the doodads will have the switches are off by default, so I don't need to set the other ones as off. But what I do need to do is when I press down and switch, I need to change switches so that I have new game highlight off and load game highlight on. if I press up, I'm still turning off this highlight. But I can use Start Menu Fix to turn on the last highlight. So in fact, I'm going to rename Start Menu Fix to Credits Highlight. It'll just be more consistent. And since I'm doing it this way anyway, I don't need the variable to toggle through. So you could use switches or variables, but it's whatever. It'll still work. Alright, so from here, when we're on load game, if we press down, we need to turn load game highlight off and turn on a new switch, options highlight. This is to interact with the doodads. But if we press up, we're going to turn off load game highlight, and we're going to turn back on new game highlight. On the third page, we're on the options. Hold on, wait, credits? That's not the... Options is the third, right? And then credits is the fourth? I can't get these mixed up. Okay, options is the third, and credits is the fourth. So we've got new game highlight here, and then this is the first one, which is actually the second thing. So zero, one. While we're on this page, if we press down, it's going to turn off the second thing and turn on the third thing, options. If we press down, we're on the options here. So if we press down again, we're going to turn off the options. And turn on the credits. If we press up from here, we're going to turn off the load and turn on the new game. So we have new game. I don't like the order I put these in. I want it to be legible when I toggle back and forth. So we're going to turn off and turn on. Are you kidding me? What did I do? Okay. Turn off new, turn on load. Turn off load, turn on options. Turn off options, turn on credits. Turn off credits, turn on new game highlight. Okay, let's go look at the else handlers now. If we're on the first thing and we press up, we're going to turn off new game highlight, turn on credits. Now, if we press, okay, so if we press down, we'll be on load game, but from load game, if we press up, we're going to turn off load game and turn on new game highlight. I should have started from 4 and gone back, but it's fine. Here we're on options. So if we're on options and we press up, we're going to turn off options highlight, and we're going to turn on load game. And the fourth page will be on credits. So if we press up, we turn off credits and we turn on options. Now if I've named these correct and put these in the correct order, which I think I have, I should be able to go into my doodads and just assign each one of the highlights the switch appropriated to the name. Edit our doodads, all the doodads. The new game highlight is now going to require switch new game highlight. Oh gosh, it's at the bottom. New game highlight has to be on to show this. Accept the settings. Now we'll go to load game highlight, and it requires the switch. Load game highlight be on. Accept the settings. We're going to go to options highlight, and it requires a switch. Options highlight be on. Accept the settings. Careful not to cancel out. Go to the credits highlight. Credits highlight has to be on for this one. Accept the settings. Return to list. Finish our edit. Save and close very carefully. Now, works first time. As we move up and down, the highlight is only on our selection to further interact with the player. Now, what else are we missing? We need sound design. There needs to be a very satisfying clicky sound when we move up and down. Very short, can't be annoying, just something very easy. Easy to hear a million times. So we'll find the right sound and then we'll just put it on all the ups and downs. You guys are crazy. I can't even touch this chat with a 50-foot pole. Not sure how Drifty make it look so easy to make a video. You mean a video? You mean a game, video game? Or like recording? I'm just working on my project. You guys are along for the ride. And you guys are supplying a lot of the solutions to problems that are arising. So live streaming your progress, I highly recommend it. It doesn't matter if you have a lot of subs or not. I highly recommend you guys live stream your game dev progress because people will hop in and help you. I learned so much from the chat. And I also get horrified from the chat, so it's a double-edged sword. Let's find a good sound effect.
Your character is...
Slurp sound effect. I have to do it. I have to do it. I'm sorry, guys. This will be changed. It's an easy one to switch up. Just change it and then copy paste it again. But I have to do it. It's got to be done. We need slurpy sound effects when we toggle through our options. Okay, that's not the one. That's not the one. That menu click? That's me clicking a pen. That's easy and satisfying. I like that one. We're going to use menu click. So we'll copy this, delete slurp, put the menu click. No, why delete slurp? Never delete slurp. Sorry, slurp. We have to have a little bit more of a mass appeal. Nice and clicky. It's literally me doing this in Audacity, going. You hear that?
Can you guys hear it?
But now, we made our own sound effect. Got our custom menu. It works beautiful. Next thing we're going to do, we're out of time. Tomorrow, we're going to add functionality to each of these, and it'll be very easy. I say that every time. I know we will encounter problems, but we'll figure out a solution for the problems. It should be very easy. All we're going to be doing is making conditions in our parallel process that checks to see if the player presses the OK or confirm, and if they do, depending on the variable number and or the switch highlight that is on, it will push a scene. So it can transfer the player. It could load the it can open the load game thing. It could open the options. It could call another scene. It could do whatever we want. So we're going to do that tomorrow and keep working on our cool little menu. Guys, thank you so much for coming to the live stream and participating in the chat. Everybody, I really appreciate it. It's really cool of you. If you want to come hang out in the Discord, we have a link in the description below. Sorry the stream dropped and it got re-uploaded, so there'll be 2 episodes for today's live stream, even though it was 1 live stream. It's out of my hands, so I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. I'll work with what I'm given, what the universe allocates to me. So I love you guys very much. If you'd like to support what I do, please consider doing so. Patreon.com/driftwoodgaming. All support is appreciated, but not required. If you want to just come hang out, really appreciate that. Links in the description for the Discord. You can follow me on twitch.tv/driftwoodgaming, twitter.com/driftwoodgaming. I have a website, driftwoodgaming.com. If you want to go to get some free games, driftwoodgaming.com/games. You can download my last release, which was a long time ago, which was my first soiree. Was that foire? I don't know the right word for it. My first game released with MV. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for coming to the stream. You guys are awesome. Remember to stay awesome. Have fun with your projects. If you need help, the Discord is there. It's all clicky and awesome. It's great. Thank you, Highblitz, for making this artwork for us to mess around with, for the resources. Appreciate that. Bye, guys. Have fun.
I'll give you a very sensual slurp.